right now in 2025, $15,650 and $21,150 for millions of low-income individuals and households, as well as all the fixed income beneficiaries I often talk about here on the channel, including but not limited to Social Security retirement, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, VA, and RRB. Why these numbers are so incredibly important, as well as a massive change that came in this year in 2025 directly impacting these numbers, and why that is also a very, very big deal. I want to break it all down because these numbers I just shared with you, again, the $15,650 and the $21,150 are incredibly important. Every single year they change, and that's what I want to bring to your attention and talk through these details, as well as the massive changes that were implemented this year that'll directly impact these numbers, and again, millions and millions of households. All right, so obviously this year has been very weird. A lot of things have been changing. Obviously, we know that. But when it comes down to these dollar amounts, these are far more important than a lot of people actually recognize. And again, they update every single year. They actually move higher by about 3 to 5 or 6% each and every year. They do get adjusted higher. However, the people out there that actually adjust these dollar amounts were fired earlier on this year, literally released. And the administration basically let all of these people go. Well, that's might be kind of interesting as far as why that happened. But number two, this is also very important simply because apparently, according to these people that ran these numbers every single year, they said that nobody else out there knows how to calculate these numbers, which seems kind of odd, honestly, because these numbers only change by about 3 to 6% per year, so probably wouldn't be that hard to figure out. But my point is, they're also very important because these dollar amounts predicate the eligibility for a lot of programs, for a lot of people, like 50 million to possibly even 100 million households and individuals across this country. So like literally a third of our population in the United States are impacted by these dollar amounts and their eligibility to receive help, as in financial assistance, otherwise known as other types of help out there through a variety of programs. Based on their income as a result or a percentage of these dollar amounts. Now, let me share with you really quickly. By the way, these dollar amounts that I'm mentioning here, the $15,650 and the $21,150, I apologize, I should have said this earlier. These are the federal poverty lines right now in 2025. Now, the $15,650 is the federal poverty line for a household of one, and for a household of two, it's $21,150, okay? This is the federal poverty line for these household numbers. Now, obviously, a household of three is different, a household of four is different, and it keeps going up and up and up, but in general, these ones encompass a lot of households out there. Obviously, not every single household, but I just wanted to focus on these really quickly here. Now, let me give these numbers to you on a monthly basis as well. $15,650 is the household or the federal poverty line for a household of one, but divided out on a monthly basis is $1,304. So in other words, if a household of one individual, if their income is below $1,304 a month or $15,650 for the entire year, obviously that individual would be below the federal poverty line, right? I mean, pretty obvious. Otherwise, as a household of two, again, $21,150 divided out on a monthly basis is $1,762.50 is what that comes out to be. So again, that's on a monthly basis, $1,762 on a monthly basis, okay? Now, why are these numbers so incredibly important? Well, number one, it determines if somebody is above or below the federal poverty line, right? A very, very, very important metric. Right now, to be fair, there's about 40 million people in this country living below the federal poverty line, which is absolutely nuts, right? About 12 million of which are seniors. Again, absolutely nuts. Why are there so many people living in poverty in this country, right? 40 million people in poverty in this country, and the population is about 334 million people, again, give or take a little bit. So it's a lot of people. It's like, what is that, 13% or so, give or take a little bit? About 13% of our population is living below the federal poverty line. It's nuts, right? Anyway, here's what else is very important about these numbers here. Why the federal poverty line is so important is, well, like I said, they use this number as the benchmark to determine eligibility for a bunch of programs. In fact, let me rattle off the names of a few programs that are out there that use this number. And again, there's a whole bunch of them. In fact, there's over 100 different government programs that use this number for eligibility, but let me name a few popular ones. SNAP, otherwise known as food stamps. Some people call it EBT. That program is specifically based off of the federal poverty line. Somebody's income as a result of the federal poverty line, you can be up to 130% of the federal poverty line as gross income or net income equal to basically 100% of the federal poverty line. Anyway, we can talk about SNAP more in a different program or a different video. Okay, but that's one big one. Some other ones like the LIHEAP program, which also has had some major issues this year as well. The LIHEAP program, which is the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. The LIHWAP, which is Low Income Home Water Assistance Program. The WAP, Weatherization Assistance Program, that one as well. There's a whole variety of other programs, including like WIC, Women, Infant, Children. Again, that's another food assistance type program. That one is out there that uses this. There's the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, CSFP. That's another very important one as well, focused on seniors. There's the Farmers Market Seniors Food Program. I don't think I said that name correctly. It's something very similar to that. But anyway, that's based on the federal poverty line. I mean, the list goes on, right? Rental assistance or Section 8. It's not technically called Section 8 anymore. The Housing Choice Voucher Program, the new name for Section 8. But anyway, all of these programs, all of them, plus a whole bunch more that I'm not even mentioning here, are all based off of somebody's income as a percentage of the federal poverty line, right? Now, here's another thing as well. We also recognize that there's legislation out there to raise SSI benefits, supplemental security income, up to equal to the federal poverty line. Okay, well, obviously they have not done that yet, but if they were to do that, if the federal poverty line does not continue to increase every single year by the annual 3 or 6% or, somewhere in between pace, that simply means that a lot of people are basically not being adjusted higher, right? And again, if they were to raise SSI benefits up to the federal poverty line, it'd be a really rough situation if that number was, if benefits were increased and then the number stopped increasing every single year, right? Again, it would not be very good for the beneficiary. Either way, these numbers are very important, and because of the shakeup, a lot of people being fired, federal employees, right? A lot of people being fired in the federal government and different entities within. But one of them was, again, the firing, the letting go of those people that actually calculate and determine what the federal poverty line will be every single year. Well, that's kind of a problem, right? Because if the federal poverty line does not increase every single year, it simply states that if it stays the same, well, now more and more people are losing benefits every year, especially if we're getting a COLA, which honestly, the COLA is nothing great lately. It's, not very much, but the point is, every year that we get a COLA, technically our income goes up a little bit. When our income goes up a little bit, if it's not staying at pace with the federal poverty line, eventually people will be phased out of different programs and their eligibility for them because now their benefits are higher than the federal poverty line or a greater percentage of it, and therefore losing that eligibility. So it's very important, even though it sounds like, it's the federal poverty line, who cares, it's not that big of a deal. It actually is a very, very big deal because it determines your eligibility for a variety of different programs that are out there, as well as if your income increases and the federal poverty line does not, guess what? You might be losing benefits now, right? So I'm not here to scare anybody at all, but rather I just want you to be aware that this is a pretty big deal, and these are the federal poverty line numbers for this year in 2025. Now, let's see what happens here as we roll into 2026. Obviously, that's still quite a while from right now, but let's see what happens as we roll into to next year and see what happens. Obviously, we won't know that until next year, which is still a very long time from right now, but yeah, let's just see. Either way, very important numbers, and why I want to bring these to your attention, right? So anyway, let's just see what happens here. It's been a very weird year so far. I think we all recognize that, but I'll keep you posted with everything going on. Anyway, if you want a little more certainty and a little bit of less headache and frustration and confusion, check this out. You see the phone number right here on the screen? That is a team of trusted Medicare advisors. I am confident and authentically believe that if you call them, you will be very happy. You will save yourself a massive headache. You will save yourself a ton of time, and they will go to work immediately, helping you navigate Medicare. Again, whether you're looking for Medicare supplements, otherwise known as Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, initial enrollment into Medicare, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring at all this year, if you're moving across state lines or county lines, any of it, right? They will help you out with all of that. They have access to over 20,000 plans. They're helping seniors every single day navigate this, finding the best plan at the best price with the best coverages for each person and their personal needs. And they're doing a great job at that. So anyway, if you want to take all of that off your plate, let somebody else do it 100% for free, please give them a call. Again, you've got the phone number right here. Give them a call. They will help you massively navigate all this confusion around Medicare. It's way more confusing than it really needs to be. Anyway, they're there to help you. They're there to serve you, and they're there to help you as much as they possibly can navigate Medicare. And guess what? Again, it's 100% free. They will do all the work helping you find the best plan so you can see the doctors you want, the networks you want to be within, the prescription needs or coverages that you need at all. Again, whatever it happens to be, they'll help you find all of that. And again, everybody's personal preferences are very different, which is so nice to have that trusted advisor working on your side, sitting there right by you, listening to your needs. And again, a simple 5, 10, maybe 15 or 20-minute phone call could possibly save you a ton of money. I've seen a lot of really awesome comments rolling in where people have saved a ton of money by a simple, short 5, 10, 15, 20-minute phone call, saving $100+ a month, $200 a month. I've seen some incredible numbers out there from people getting better plans because they didn't know, right? That's the power of asking. I say it all the time in my videos. Ask. You never know what you'll get when you ask. I ask all the time because you never know how much you're going to save. And I can tell you this much, no one's knocking on your door saying, here, there's a pile of money here. Do you want to save it? And again, trying to help you out with all this. And again, it's totally free. So please give them a call. Phone number's right here. Give them a call. If you have any questions, anything like that about Medicare, please call them. You never know what they're going to share with you and what they could possibly find for your situation. Otherwise, if you're new here, if you've not done so yet, please subscribe. 100% free to do so. Otherwise, think of some people that need that Medicare information. I know you know a few people, friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, possibly coworkers, people down the street or down the hall that you live by. Please share that information with them. Let's help out some other people navigate Medicare right now. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, check out the other 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description. Check those out. Otherwise, popping up on your screen in just a second. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, please just have a nice day. Take care. And I really hope I can see you again soon in the next video or the next live stream. Again, thanks so much for watching.